Hello everyone, Virixiss here. We're back in depth. We're still in offline. I still don't have internet. Hopefully it's going to come this weekend. But I decided I've got a little bit of time before I have to head to work today, so I decided I was going to try to do some experiments. I just found my 360 controller that I use to play Dark Souls, Oblivion, Skyrim, and I decided to jump into depth to try out the Bull Shark when the depth menu said, "Hey, you've got a 360 controller. You should use that to play us." And I just said, we'll give it a shot. And I tried 3 games as Diver, and I tried 1 game as Shark. My results, not good. I don't like the 360 controller for depth, for a good number of reasons. Let me get this out of the way, though. It's not the developer's fault. This was not a poorly implemented solution to a 360 controller. They allow you to remap everything to where it's comfortable for you. That's fantastic. I've diddled around. They give you good control over dead spots and sensitivity, southpaw configurations and whatnot. It's not an implementation issue. It is simply the physical limitation of the controller versus the keyboard and mouse. Now, take this with a grain of salt because I am a proud flag-waving member of the PC Master Race. But the keyboard and mouse is, hands down, the most precision-enabling controller on the market today for games, with the possible exception of a flight joystick or HOTAS controller. And those are for very, very specific games. But I tried 3 games as Diver, 1 game as Shark, as I said before, and the main thing I kept coming back to complain about is that the controller did not put my crosshair where I wanted it every time. Matter of fact, it barely did it at all. I messed with dead zone configurations, I messed with sensitivity, I just could not get it to respond in the same way that a mouse could, and that really affected me, even on bots. Where some things I could easily do with the keyboard and mouse, complete 180 flip and start firing a net into an incoming hammerhead. Can't do that with a controller. You don't have that much kind of reaction time, and you don't have that much kind of, you don't have that much speed, rather, to do that kind of precision move. And with the Sharks, it was the same way, you know, especially when you have to thrash. You could barely control it on a mouse. It took me a little while to learn how to do it, but you really can't. I really can't do it on a 360. So my conclusion for a 360 controller is, if you want to take this game seriously, you are going to have to learn how to play this with a keyboard and mouse. You just cannot aim as accurately as you need to go toe-to-toe against top-rated divers and sharks in this game. If, you know, top leveling leaderboards isn't a major thing for you, by all means go ahead. It is perfectly doable, and you will find a configuration that works for you. I'm just saying that when you go against someone who is a good mouse and keyboard player, you will lose. Hands down. Every time. It's just mathematically proven. Matter of fact, there was a major reason why console gamers and PC gamers don't have cross-platforming anymore. There used to be a game called Shadowrun for the 360 and Vista, and this is right when Vista came out before everyone decided that it was fucking terrible. Shadowrun was basically Counter-Strike, but a little more leaning towards controller-enabled controls, and it definitely had some other neat quirks to it, like the magic and tech system, like you can teleport through places, and you had gliders, and it was all kinds of fun stuff. I really loved the game. But it's funny looking back at all the statistics, where they allowed you to play Vista players versus 360 players. A lot of the analysts and data show that, hands down, almost every single time, a good keyboard and mouse player would stomp a player using a 360 controller. Put 2 people of the same caliber comfortable with a controller and a keyboard and mouse in the same function, the keyboard and mouse will perform better than the handheld controller. It's just a physical limitation of the device. You guys can get mad at me, you can tell me I'm wrong down in the comments below, that's fine. That doesn't mean that I'm wrong. That just means that you've not seen the data or you refuse to believe it. Another experiment that I wanted to try, the original reason I got into depth today was I've never played the bull shark before. I've played basically every other type of shark. My favorites are great white and hammerhead. Aesthetically, my favorite's the mako because the mako is my favorite shark, period. I'm okay with mako. I'm okay with hammerhead, as good as okay with hammerhead can be. My best shark by far is great white. And I decided to try the bull shark because I haven't tried him yet. I did not know what the rage gameplay would bring. And so I was pleasantly surprised to see that I like playing the bull shark. It's like this weird mix of tiger shark and great white for me, where most of my movement's based around sprinting, but I still have to keep an eye on my ability because that can really dictate when I can and cannot engage into a fight. When I'm in a room with my ability on, I can act like a tank shark, which I do with the great white. But with my ability off, I really have to watch what I'm doing in hit and run attacks like I would with, say, a mako or a tiger. And I was surprised how well I took to that playstyle. The bull shark may end up being my second go-to shark other than the great white. I was pretty happy. The rage mechanic is fun to play with. You got a decent range about how you gather rage, and obviously when you're in the thick of things you gain rage very, very quickly. I did not do any research on how evolutions affect the bull shark, but I believe I accidentally stumbled on probably the best configuration, because everything just went butter smooth. Now granted, this is against bots, everything can change once I get online, but everything seemed to mesh perfectly. The gameplay felt right on with what evolutions I had picked. So, pardon me. I like the bull shark. I guess I'm pleasantly surprised to say. So, I will hopefully be getting internet here this weekend. I can't wait to see the new update for depth. I did check on the forums and I am missing something. There's a lot that's going to be fun to see. So we'll tackle that in our next update, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.